Imagine a single mother, pushed to her limits, battling daily to keep a roof over her child's head. Every dollar is stretched, every meal a careful calculation. Now, imagine her finding herself face to face with an impossible choice: feed her own precious child or reach out to a starving stranger. What would you do? This isn't just a hypothetical. It's the raw, powerful beginning of a story that will redefine what it means to be truly wealthy. Meet Sarah. Her days were a relentless cycle of work, childcare, and worry. But beneath the surface of her exhaustion lay a heart of gold, a spirit that refused to be dimmed by hardship. One crisp autumn evening, hurrying home after a second shift, clutching a small bag of groceries, all she could afford for dinner, she saw him, an old man, huddled against the biting wind in the alleyway behind her apartment, his clothes tattered, his face etched with a hunger so profound it stole her breath. He looked as if he hadn't eaten in days, perhaps weeks. A primal ache of empathy resonated within her. Her stomach tightened, a familiar pang of hunger, but her gaze lingered on his trembling hands, the desperate hope in his eyes as he looked at nothing in particular. A fierce internal debate raged. Her daughter, Lily, was waiting. She needed that small bag of pasta and sauce. But this man, he looked like he was fading away. It was a moment of profound moral reckoning. Could she walk away? Could any of us? In that cold, dark alley, Sarah made a decision that would forever alter the course of her life and the lives of others. This seemingly small act of kindness was about to ripple into something far greater than Sarah could ever imagine. Why is it that some people, even in their darkest moments, still choose to give? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and scientists alike. But there's a fascinating science behind radical empathy, a hidden wiring in our brains that compels us to connect and care. Sarah took a deep breath, her own hunger momentarily forgotten. She walked towards the old man, her footsteps soft on the pavement. "Excuse me," she said gently, her voice barely a whisper against the wind. "Are you all right?" The man, Mr. Henderson, flinched, his eyes darting up, filled with a mixture of fear and suspicion. He mumbled something inaudible, pulling his threadbare coat tighter around him. Years of neglect and distrust had built an invisible wall around him. He didn't want pity, and he certainly didn't expect help. But Sarah didn't back down. She understood that wall. She'd built a few of her own in tough times. "My name is Sarah," she offered, extending the small bag of groceries. "Please take this. It's not much, but it's warm food." Mr. Henderson stared at the bag, then at her, disbelief warring with a flicker of hope. He hesitated, his pride battling with his desperate need. This is where the science comes in. Our brains contain something called mirror neurons. These are fascinating cells that fire not only when we perform an action, but also when we observe someone else performing it. They're believed to be crucial for empathy, allowing us to feel what others feel. When Sarah offered the food, Mr. Henderson's mirror neurons likely fired, reflecting her genuine concern, slowly eroding his defenses. Finally, slowly, hesitantly, his hand reached out and took the bag. Their fingers brushed, a fleeting connection that transcended words. In that silent exchange, something shifted. Sarah sat down beside him, not saying much, just offering a quiet, comforting presence as he slowly, almost painfully, began to eat. The warmth of the food, the simple act of being seen and cared for, began to chip away at the ice around his heart. Sarah eventually had to leave, but not before promising to check on him. As she walked away, a sense of quiet satisfaction settled over her. She had given more than food. She had offered a piece of her soul. Little did Sarah know, the man she was helping was about to open a door to a completely new chapter in her life, revealing a secret that would shock them both. What if the person you showed kindness to was someone you least expected? What if that simple act of compassion could unravel a decades-old mystery and bring about a revelation that would change everything? Get ready for a twist of fate that proves every good deed truly comes full circle. Days turned into a week. Sarah continued her routine, always stopping by the alley, always bringing a little extra food for Mr. Henderson. He had become a quiet fixture in her life, a testament to the power of unwavering kindness. He started to talk, slowly, sharing fragments of a life once filled with privilege and a crushing burden of regret. He spoke of a son, estranged for years, a son he believed had forgotten him. Meanwhile, across the city, in the gleaming glass towers of a multi-billion-dollar corporation, CEO Michael Sterling was consumed by a different kind of anguish. His father, William Henderson, had disappeared months ago, vanished without a trace after a devastating family quarrel. Michael had tried everything, private investigators, public appeals, but nothing. His guilt festered. He knew his father was proud, stubborn, and likely too ashamed to reach out. One of Michael's private investigators, relentless in his search, had been quietly piecing together clues, following whispers and faint trails. One evening, the investigator showed Michael a grainy surveillance photo from a street camera near Sarah's apartment. It showed an old man, undeniably his father, accepting food from a young woman. The image, though blurry, radiated an undeniable warmth. Michael's heart pounded. His father, the formidable patriarch, reduced to this? A torrent of emotions hit him: shame, anger, and a profound, agonizing relief that his father was alive. He had to find this woman. He had to understand. He had to reconcile. The following day, Michael, accompanied by his investigator, approached Sarah as she was leaving her apartment. The moment he saw her, a wave of recognition, then awe, washed over him. He saw the same compassionate eyes from a photo. "Sarah," he began, his voice rough with emotion, "my name is Michael Sterling. I believe you've been helping my father, William Henderson." Sarah gasped, her groceries nearly slipping from her grasp. Mr. Henderson, the CEO's father? It was an unbelievable twist, a revelation that connected their two wildly disparate worlds in the most unexpected way. The seeds of kindness Sarah sowed had not only reconnected a family, but were about to blossom into an entirely new and beautiful connection. Can genuine kindness truly lead to something more profound than gratitude? Can a compassionate heart spark an unexpected romance, transcending social divides and personal histories? Prepare to explore how shared values and true character can forge an undeniable bond. Michael was overwhelmed with gratitude. He insisted on repaying Sarah, offering lavish rewards. But Sarah, true to her nature, politely refused. All she asked was that he take care of his father, that he mend the broken bridges. This refusal, this quiet dignity, only deepened Michael's admiration. He began visiting her, not as a wealthy CEO, but as a man profoundly moved by her spirit. He learned about her struggles, her dedication to Lily, her quiet resilience. He saw a purity of heart he rarely encountered in his high-stakes world. Psychologically, attraction isn't just about superficial traits. While initial impressions can be physical, deeper, more lasting attraction often forms around shared values, emotional intelligence, and admirable character traits. Michael, despite his immense wealth, had felt a profound emptiness. Sarah, with her limited resources, possessed an emotional richness that drew him in like a magnet. He wasn't just grateful, he was captivated. Their conversations flowed effortlessly. They talked for hours about life, about kindness, about the importance of family. Michael found himself opening up to Sarah in ways he never had with anyone else. He saw the world through her eyes, a world where simple acts held immense power, where compassion was the true currency. He witnessed her boundless love for Lily and realized that this was the kind of person he wanted in his life. Sarah, initially wary of his world, found herself drawn to his surprising humility and genuine warmth. She saw beyond the CEO to the man who was wrestling with his past and seeking to do good. Their bond deepened with every shared laugh, every late-night conversation. It wasn't a whirlwind romance born of passion, but a quiet, profound connection built on mutual respect and an unspoken understanding of life's true priorities. Their story reminds us that the greatest riches aren't always found in wealth, but in the profound connections we forge through kindness, and that these connections can lead to the most beautiful and unexpected endings. What if one act of kindness could ignite a spark that changes not just one life, but many, creating a powerful ripple effect of compassion and hope? This isn't just a fairy tale ending. It's a blueprint for a better world, born from the most humble of beginnings. Sarah and Michael's relationship blossomed into a beautiful, enduring partnership. Their story became a testament to the transformative power of empathy. They married, uniting not just two people but two worlds. Lily, once guarded, found a loving father figure in Michael and a wider family than she could have ever imagined. Mr. Henderson, once lost and starving, was lovingly reintegrated into Michael's life, finding peace and reconciliation in his final years, all thanks to Sarah's unwavering compassion. But their story didn't end there. Their shared experience, particularly Sarah's initial act of kindness and Michael's subsequent awakening, fueled a powerful desire to create lasting change. They established the Henderson Sterling Foundation, dedicated to providing comprehensive support for the homeless and elderly. They didn't just donate money. They personally invested their time, their passion, and their insights. They funded shelters that felt like homes, not just institutions. They launched outreach programs that connected isolated seniors with caring volunteers. They created job training initiatives for those struggling to get back on their feet. Their efforts were rooted in Sarah's fundamental belief that everyone deserves dignity and a chance. Michael's business acumen, combined with Sarah's compassionate heart, proved to be an unstoppable force for good. Their legacy wasn't just about wealth, it was about well-being. It was about proving that the greatest return on investment is found in human connection and kindness. It was about creating a world where no one has to go hungry in an alley, where every elderly person feels seen and valued. This story is a powerful reminder that every act of kindness, no matter how small, can create a ripple effect of positive change that stretches far beyond what we can imagine. It started with a simple choice in a dark alley, a single mother's act of compassion. It transformed into a beacon of hope for countless others. What small act of kindness can you do today to make a difference in someone's life? It doesn't have to be grand. It just needs to be genuine. Share your ideas in the comments below. And if you were moved by this story, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we explore the incredible power of forgiveness.